Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading. It is the second reading of this Saturday afternoon, and I'm sticking with the Murder of Crows Tarot, a very dark tarot deck. Be warned, triggering perhaps for some of you if you're squeamish, if you are easily offended, maybe close your eyes. But that's the tarot deck that wanted to come out and talk. All the others looked away and said, no, not us. We're having a rest day today. So it's Murder of Crows Tarot. I'm sticking with Tom Bower's book, Revenge. And I'm reading now on Prince Harry and how he feels about it all. Allegedly, according to Neil Sean, and I know a lot of people roll their eyes when I mention Neil Sean and say, oh no, not him. And I know, but he does occasionally have some rather amusing little insights. And this was one that, according to Neil Sean, the people, supporters of Prince Harry, are sending him copies of Tom Bower's book to his home in the hopes that he reads it and has a revelation, has his eyes opened to the wicked witch that he married, in their opinion, and is saved. And I find that quite amusing because it's quite clear from what I have heard so far, the coverage of Tom Bower's book, Harry was in it pretty much to a vast extent, was complicit with Meghan Markle. That is the way I see it, and the way most people are seeing what Tom Bower has written. Let's point you in the direction of the disclaimer in the box below. Let's remind you, this is a tarot reading for entertainment purposes, or just my opinion, and please go and do your own research and form your own opinions. But we're going to have a look now at poor Prince Harry. Even if they are in Montecito, the talk of the town is that they have left and are renting a place in Beverly Hills. But anyway, that's an interesting card that keeps flying out, the Ten of Swords. It came up in my previous reading with this deck. But we're going to have a look. We're going to look at Prince Harry's state of mind. Has he read the book? Is he secretly going online and having a look? Even if not reading the book, is he reading the coverage? How does he feel about it? What he's reading? And is there anything shocking or disillusioning for him that he can't believe the evidence that's there before him in Tom Bower's book? Is it all familiar stuff he knows? So I want to know, really, that's the telling question for me in this reading, is if there is anything that has come out that's been a huge revelation to him and that he's devastated about, can't believe it, and or is this all stuff that he's known already and he's just furious that the rest of us are basically being presented with a really compelling argument by Tom Bower, a legal argument. He was a trained lawyer. And so we have the Two of Swords in reverse as the underlying energy. And this is an interesting card because when it's upright, you can see the woman there has a blindfold on. She's holding those crows. She's at a crossroads. She's got a decision to make. She doesn't know which way to turn. She can't see which way to turn. It's a decision that needs to be made, a difficult decision that needs to be made, but the person involved cannot make it. But when the card is in the reverse, as this one is in the reverse, the blindfold is lifted from the eyes of the person involved, and they can make a decision, and they do make a decision, and very often the decision that they make is to cut ties with somebody that they have been tied to. Twos are about partnerships. When the cards are in the reverse, twos mean generally that a partnership ends. Blindfold removed from Prince Harry's eyes. This is what that card tells me. So let's see his state of mind, his situation that he finds himself in right now. And we get the Three of Swords in reverse. He is heartbroken. He is heartbroken. This is devastation for him. It is absolute devastation and betrayal for him. Stabbed through the heart. It's very hurt. Really, really very hurt. The card is in the reverse. But to me, as a reader, it tells me that he is extra hurt. He cannot believe it. He feels absolutely betrayed. Absolutely betrayed. And of course, there's stuff in the book about two-timing, Meghan, really she's been revealed for being a fraud, an imposter, and not being all she claimed she was. And if that is what is devastating to Prince Harry, then it really has been a shock to him. And I'm surprised to see a card like that there, quite honestly. I did think more bringing my own bias into this reading. I try not to, but it's pretty hard in a topic like this, the Harkles, that I did think that he was more complicit. He was more aware of her and her true nature and what she was really all about. But this card is telling me that it's a real shock, a real blow, and he feels absolutely betrayed. And I don't think the one he feels betrayed by is Tom Bauer, because he always knew this book was happening. And there it is. Pretty clear answer from the Murder of Crows Tarot that Prince Harry is devastated by this book. So is he reading it secretly? Has he got it on his Kindle? Is he reading it under the covers? Is he sneaking around online and reading what people are saying? There was a fantastic article by Maureen, I think she's Maureen Callahan, in the New York Post. I might have that wrong, but there was an absolute demolition job by her. It was quite funny. Things like that. Is he reading? Is he out there? Oh yeah, he is. Oh my word. I pointed this card out to you because it flipped out while I was shuffling. And it came up as the underlying energy of the previous reading I've done on Brand Sussex and how bad it is for them. It's a very gruesome and very grisly card. I gave you a warning at the beginning of this reading to look away if you're squeamish. That's just a look away if you're squeamish card, if ever there was one. Ten of Swords is rock bottom, is ruin. He is absolutely aware of every sentence in Tom Bauer's book. And it cannot... It's excruciating for him. It's excruciating. He's being eaten alive just about by everything that he's reading. This is harrowing for him. Absolutely harrowing. I'm almost inclined to feel sorry for him at this point. I did a reading the other day on his state of mind because people are very concerned for him. This is a very, very negative energy. And the cards that have all come out so far are swords. So that's thought, mental processes, written word, books, articles, newspaper articles, comments, people writing on all social media platforms. Are really just, it's relentless. It's relentless. People are putting up pages from Tom Bauer's book highlighting things, lies that have been told, things that they cannot believe, the evidence of their own eyes. It's all there, and it's all backed up with footnotes and sources, and he cannot not look at it, basically. That is he reading? How does he feel about the coverage? We've got some pretty gruesome and graphic answers already. This is he reading? Oh yes, he is. How does he feel about what the tone of the coverage? And it's a curious card to come out. It's the Ace of Pentacles. Very odd card to come up. Ace of Pentacles. It is really... No, it's not the Ace of Pentacles. I'm just going to have to... just think about this. I get confused with this tarot deck sometimes. I do apologize. I'm taking it quite a long time to learn the cards, and I'm finding it quite confusing. And this is, of course, the Magician, not the Ace of Pentacles. No wonder it didn't make any sense to me. It is the Magician. And it's as if he is getting a taste of his own medicine with this card, with this Magician card, because it is all the resources that this Magician has: the sword, the pentacles, the wands, the cup, and the crow sitting on the Magician's shoulder. And the Magician has all these resources, and the Magician is using them. And this is Tom Bauer. Tom Bauer is the Magician in this case. It's Major Arcana, and it has come out as the sort of dominant energy that he has all these resources. He has all the tricks. He has all the power in this situation. He has all the ability to make things happen, and he is making things happen. And Harry is used to being the one who makes things happen. With Meghan, of course, she with all her PR, her team, her lawyers, her advisors, her managers, her business advisors, all the rest of them, all sitting back in the United States when they were in the UK. He must have been dazzled by all the resources that she had, the Oprahs lined up and all the other billionaire backers and others, some more shadowy figures even than those backers I read on yesterday, the women backers. There are also very shadowy male backers around in Meghan's life, allegedly. And Harry thought that he was the one in charge, and now he's finding to his own detriment that no, he's not the one in charge. Tom Bower is the one in charge, and the people who are backing Tom Bower are the ones in charge. And it's very clear from what is going on and what Tom Bower has revealed so far that the royal family has green lighted people, allowed them to talk to Tom Bower and tell him their stories very close to the royal family. In fact, even it seems some members of the royal family have spoken. That's my speculation. So yeah, he's on the receiving end of a masterclass from the magician, who is manipulating the media for his own benefit. The card is upright, it's very powerful, it's a very in integrity, this magician card. It sometimes carries a bit of a dirty energy with it, and not in this case. In this case, it is absolutely fully in power and control. So, has there been anything for Prince Harry that has been, and I'm losing my voice as I'm saying this, I might have to take a coughing break again. Has there been anything in this that has been particularly shocking for Prince Harry about Meghan, about the situation that the way she has portrayed it? And yes, there has, because we've got the Six of Cups and the Six of Cups in reverse. And the Six of Cups is about your memories, about your childhood, about how you grew up, about your family, your friends, the happy times that you had, happy innocent times. And it's in the reverse. And Prince Harry knows now that she lied about her childhood. She lied about her friends. She lied about her family. She lied about what happened to her in her childhood. She had a glorious childhood by all accounts. Yes, her mother disappeared, and that obviously did some damage. But she was brought up by a very loving father. She was brought up in a very affluent way. She had everything she wanted. She was protected during the riots, the Rodney King riots in LA. She was swept away as fast as possible. She had everything paid for, private schools, university, you name it. She had it. Daddy paid for all her acting and everything she wanted there. Whatever she wanted, Daddy gave her. And she lied. She lied to him. She lied to him, telling him that you were the family I never had. She told it to Trevor. He knows that now. He knows that everything she has told him about her past is a lie. Possibly also the things that she has told him or led him to believe about his own past are somewhat toxic and not true. The jealousy about William being treated more specially, unhappiness between parents, his parents. She soured a lot of his life. She soured his own childhood, his own past, as well as misrepresenting hers. And he knows it. And this card, the Six of Cups in reverse, is sitting under the Three of Swords. It's the betrayal card, the lies. I would say that something that is possibly tormenting Prince Harry, and here we have a tormented person with the Ten of Swords. Something that is possibly tormenting Prince Harry is the fact that he maybe now realizes that the things that Meghan alluded to, insinuated about her father, are not true. We all know what I'm talking about. Lady C talks about it often. I'm not going to go there right now, but that may be something that Prince Harry is really struggling to come to terms with. So, what impact is this book, the fact that he is really reading it, can't take his eyes off it, what impact is it going to have on his relationship with his lovely wife? Four of Wands. And an interesting card, because it's a celebration card, it's a wedding card, it's a happy home card, but it is also It is also a royal family card. Back of my mind, I get a little hint of that story that we heard a while back, that they were going to renew their wedding vows. I've forgotten how many times they claim to have been married by now. For Netflix, they were going to restage the whole thing, the wedding that they really wanted to have. There's a little whisper of that there, just a whisper. I would say in percentage terms 5%, that okay, we're going to restart everything and we're going to go through this whole process again, and we're going to renew our vows and we're going to start afresh, and no lies now, no misrepresentations, none of that. But that's 5%, and I just needed to get it out the way. The 95% of this card for me as a reader is the royal family. It is the royal family. It is the foundation. It is the stable foundation. It is the happy home. I talked in the Six of Cups in reverse about how his own childhood, his family relationships have been soured and poisoned by Meghan Markle. He wants to go home. Clear message coming to me. He wants to go home. He has been ruined by this magician's work, his very thorough work. He's been ruined, his heart is broken. He doesn't believe her now. What she says about herself is no longer true. Can't believe it. It's all false memories, it's all false, it's all lies. He wants to go back home to the safety of the royal family, where he can hide and lick his wounds, and they will look after him and protect him. And I know that makes many of you very angry, and I think it's not fair and it's not right and all the rest of it. I'm just reading energy. I'm just reading this from his point of view and what is going on with him. And in this very dark tarot, I cannot read a Four of Wands in a very positive way, in the traditional sense of celebration and joy, but I can read it in somebody who has been so damaged, so betrayed, so ruined, so destroyed by everything that is going on, that he wants to separate himself. Remember, this is the underlying energy, the Two of Swords in reverse, the Splitsville card. He wants to go. And that's your reading. Apologies again for getting this card so wrong. I flip through these cards over and over, trying to imprint them in my mind. But when I'm doing these readings, sometimes I just have complete blanks. And anyway, the magician tricked me for a little while. But we got back on track. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you again tomorrow.